welcome to another edition of SupplySide Stories video. I'm Fran Schoenwetter, Director of Content Marketing at Informa Markets. In cooperation with Natural Products Insider and SupplySide Stories, our podcast today is supported by Catalent, bringing over 85 years leading innovative formulation and delivery technology to the consumer health market, including over-the-counter medications, dietary supplements, and beauty products. Joining us today is Dan Pizer. Dan is the Vice President, Global Marketing and Strategy, Consumer Health with Catalent. Dan joined Catalent in 2013, and he has held a number of strategic marketing and business development roles. In his current role, he's responsible for strategy and marketing planning for Catalent's global consumer health business, including over-the-counter, vitamins, minerals, and supplements, VMS, and the beauty sectors. Welcome, Dan.
Thank you very much, Fran. It's a pleasure to be here today.
So today, of course, we're going to be discussing OptiGel DR, a new oral delivery innovation in enteric release for dietary supplements. So let's get started. So Dan, what is this new technology and who is it for?
Thanks for asking, Fran. So OptiGel DR is the newest innovation from Catalent in our portfolio of softgel technologies. Catalent is not only the innovator of softgel technologies, but also the inventor of the modern techniques that are used to make softgels today. Back in 1933, Robert Pauli Scherrer invented the rotary dye encapsulator. And, RP Scherrer is one of the companies that constitutes what Catalent is today. We are very proud of that legacy. And so OptiGel DR as a new innovation is a way to deliver enteric release profiles in a soft gel. Now, while doing that isn't necessarily a new thing, doing it the way that we have constructed this technology is really robust and innovative. This technology combines gelatin with a naturally derived polymer called pectin. Pectin is derived from fruits and vegetables. And we utilize a combination to create a matrix that builds the enteric release directly into the shell. Enteric release is a really great feature for a lot of vitamin and mineral supplements that may suffer from side effects that people have with taking certain things like fish oil supplements, garlic oil, so it's more odoriferous oil type things. So this technology allows for a new product developer to feature enteric release without having to go through a lot of extra steps to achieve it, like coating and other things. And while certain ingredients lend themselves more easily to enteric coating if they can be, produced in an oral solid, doing that in a soft gel or something that requires a lipid delivery has been a little bit more challenging. It's required extra steps, and those extra steps sometimes also can compromise yield and quality. So with OptiGel DR, what you have is a one-step technology, because this is built directly into the gel ribbon, for us to be able to encapsulate these different ingredients and deliver an enteric release profile in a smooth and actually very clear soft gel. So this technology is really suitable for new product developers that are looking to achieve an enteric release profile, have an ingredient that really lends itself to a liquid state or a lipid formulation. Initially we are really putting this out into the marketplace for the vitamin and mineral supplement space, because we've done some really great work to show how robust it is for that space. But we're also currently working on several development programs for pharmaceutical products as well.
So Dan, how does this compare to other technologies in the market?
Great question, Fran. So there are other ways to achieve enteric release profiles out there, even for soft gels, but traditionally those other techniques have been coating the soft gels. That's been the primary way to do it. Now, coating, while it's been out there and it's been achieved, and there are even some commercial products on the market, coating has some challenges. The first of those challenges is that it's a two-step process. You need to encapsulate and cure the soft gels. So that's step one. And once they're cured, then you have to take them to the next step of coating them. So a couple things with the coating. Number one is coating is done in a very hot and low humidity environment, which is not necessarily great for all soft gels once they've been cured. In addition, you're also subjecting the contents of those soft gels, whatever that active ingredient is, to additional heat, which sometimes they don't do very well at, and that can degrade those ingredients a bit. In addition, there can be yield loss, not only in the transport of the bulk soft gels to the coating process, but also in that process itself. So, in general, you know what you're signing up for if you have to do a coated soft gel. The other part of the coating of the soft gel is, think about it like painting a balloon. If there's any flex in the capsule afterwards, you can compromise that coating. And what we often see with coated soft gels on a quality standpoint is that if there's any integrity breaks in that coating, the whole enteric release system is lost. For a product to be able to maintain its enteric release properties, that coating needs to remain intact as it's swallowed and goes through the stomach. Because what's happening there is that coating is protecting the soft gel itself from those stomach acids. With OptiGel DR, you have the system built into the shell. So the combination of the gelatin and the pectin creates a matrix that is actually resistant to being disintegrated at very low pH, which is what you would find in the stomach contents. So stomach acid does not disintegrate this soft gel capsule. However, when it passes into the intestinal tract where the pH rises is where it does start to disintegrate. And it's just the properties of these complex coactivates that are in the matrix of this soft gel due to the combination of the pectin and the gelatin that creates that kind of a property. And we can even modify that so that it can happen earlier or later down into the digestive tract. So this becomes a very flexible way for developers to create an enteric release profile without the worry of the yield loss, without the worry of the quality issues, without the worry of the effect of that heat on their ingredient. And if I might say, the capsules come out looking absolutely beautiful and meet the expectations that consumers have of a soft gel, which is a smooth, beautiful capsule that's easy to swallow. One of the other things that you see with coated capsules is they do come out a bit cloudy and a little bit mottled in appearance as well. But more to the point, they lose that lubricity, that slickness that people are used to and really love about swallowing soft gels, and they can become a little sticky. So when we compare this to other technologies on the market, what we have here is a very robust solution that meets the expectations, so developers can look to create an enteric profile without compromise.
Well, OptiGel clearly offers resilience as a technology. So many adaptations. Is it more expensive to use?
So that's really the great part. It's really not much more expensive to use. And if you think about the solutions that you need to employ in order to achieve an enteric release profile in other ways, I just mentioned, for instance, the coating process. This is a single step process. It is basically like encapsulating a soft gel. We just have built the technology directly into the gel ribbon. So because of that, you not only save the money on the lack of an extra step, you also save the yield. So at the end of the day, it really becomes not only comparable, but even competitive to other enteric release technologies or approaches that might be used.
Well, with all of that versatility, what are the limitations? Are there limitations for using this technology?
So the limitations are basically the same limitations for any soft gel. So while soft gel is a fantastic technology that can really help deliver a lot of things, not everything is necessarily conducive to being delivered in a soft gel. Highly water soluble things or various fills that have either very basic or acidic pHs. Those things that are generally incompatible with a gelatin are really going to be difficult to encapsulate. However, this technology does offer some potential expansion of the types of things that can be filled beyond a standard soft gel. So I would say that while it probably shares many of the same limitations that you'd find for just a standard soft gel, it can actually expand the aperture of things that can be encapsulated in a soft gel due to some unique things that we've seen with how it tolerates certain ingredients. So that's something that we definitely encourage those out there who are interested in looking into this technology to contact us about, and our product development team would be more than happy to go into some detail on how OptiGel DR might be a really good solution for expanding the scope of things that may be encapsulated in a soft gel.
So Dan, I just want to insert another question here, just for clarity. As a consumer, I take supplements, and I've taken some soft gels that, have funny mouth feel. Sometimes they seem to have a coating. Can you just clarify just a little bit about the technology? It's not really a coating. Can you explain that for us?
OptiGel DR is simply a technology where we have, through formulation, reformulated the gelatin mass that becomes the capsule shell. And instead of having to apply a separate coating, that enteric release property is built directly into the shell. So when we encapsulate that ingredient and create those capsules, the enteric release profile is right there built in. There's no need for any extra coating. And in fact, the experience for any consumer is going to be virtually identical, if not absolutely identical, to any soft gel. No off-putting flavors, no off-putting textures, no stickiness. It's really going to be just like any soft gel.
So what ingredients are optimized for formulations and that would benefit the most from this kind of release profile?
Well, there are a ton. That's a great question, Fran. The probably the most obvious ones are things that consumers generally know the benefits of, but have issues with complying on taking their supplements on a regular basis because of some off-putting side effects. I'll take fish oil as an example. Everybody knows the benefits of taking omega-3s. There are great heart health benefits, eye health benefits, even joint health benefits, and others, brain health. It goes on and on. The clinical studies are there. So we know it's a good idea. We know that taking your fish oil daily is supported by many medical organizations. However, doing it is another matter entirely, because people have to deal with some of those side effects. Reflux is one of the biggest ones. When a soft gel capsule experiences the acidic environment of the stomach, it starts to disintegrate, it opens. The stomach's job, with all that acid in there, is to start degrading those things. And as a side effect of that degradation, those contents, you may get some bubbling, and that reflux that people experience of that fishy aftertaste and those fishy burps is a result of that. Okay, that's a natural body process. However, it's very off-putting to people, and it is a reason why compliance with that kind of a regimen really falls off after a while. So OptiGel DR presents a solution there whereby we do not get any degradation in the stomach at all. The capsule passes intact, and then it starts to degrade into the intestine. Now, there's two benefits there. The first benefit is obviously you avoid the reflux issues, and so that major side effect is mitigated, and consumers who purchase these products will have a better experience. And by the way, for everyone out there, that usually translates into repurchase, which is exactly what we're all after. We want our consumers to stay on the regimens for the great products that you're developing. The other benefit, which may be more important though, is that you're delivering the contents directly to where they're absorbed. The stomach does not do a lot of nutrient absorption. However, the intestines is where that really happens. And so when you release the contents directly into the intestinal tract, where those villi can start absorbing those nutrients directly into the bloodstream, you have a better potential solution for delivering those ingredients. And so you're improving the bioavailability, in essence, of the ingredients, because you don't get the degradation that happens in the stomach. And so you're not losing any of that active ingredient. You're delivering that full strength potency directly to the intestinal tract where that absorption happens. And there have even been some studies to show that enteric release formulated omega-3s do result in better absorption in the body. So that right there is one really good one. Think of other odoriferous oils that have those similar side effects, like garlic oil for heart health, and peppermint oil for digestive issues. All of these, we know that those can have some issues or they need to be delivered into the intestinal tract. They're great, great options here. Thinking a little bit beyond that, though, there's potential for delivering a lot of what we would call acid liable type ingredients that present real formulation challenges. An acid liable ingredient would be one that does not do well or degrades very quickly in the acidic environment of the stomach. And so we think about things like potentially probiotics and other things that need to survive that experience in the gastric cavity in order for them to be delivered. And so OptiGel DR presents a new way for formulators to be able to deliver those types of ingredients.
Wow, efficaciousness and compliance with consumer use. That's a winning combination. So if someone wants to learn more, excuse me, more about this technology, where should they go?
So we encourage everybody to seek us out at consumerhealth.catalent.com, where you can learn a lot about the OptiGel DR technology. Through our various partners, we've also done some webinars on this, and so you can certainly click through those and find us there as well. So we definitely check out the website. You can learn more about the technology because we've got feature pages there about the technology. And through that, there's always someone that's able and willing to help you. If you have further questions or would like to get in touch with one of our business development people to talk about a specific project that you have.
Wow, thank you so much, Dan. I've been a product developer and product manager, and I'm really excited to learn about this. I'm sure many in our audience are as well. I want to thank you again, Dan, and thank Catalent for supporting this content. And I, of course, want to thank everybody for tuning in today to our podcast. And please come back again for future editions of SupplySide Stories. Thanks again, everyone, and thanks, Dan.
Thank you, Fran. It's my pleasure.